This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It's an honor to have you here. I would like to propose the argument that you should have more than one child. When my parents were young, there were 6 kids in each of their families. 6. Part of the reason was because they figured with disease and accidents they would lose 2 children back then in the 1920s. And so they produced children, absolutely, for protection and for labor, and it worked quite well as far as that goes. In the 1950s, when I was a child, I saw a number of families decide to opt to just have one child. Almost a half a dozen families that I knew throughout my childhood had one child, and those children would die either disease or accidents. And it devastated the family without question, but it also meant that that family that had no children then, with the death of their child, that they were going to go through their old age all by themselves, when every elderly person needs a family member, if not a child, to be there to protect them. Absolutely. And so I suggest strongly that you consider having more than one child. Now, you might say today that the health care is a lot better and there's a lot better chance that your child is going to live to be an adult. And that's true to a degree. But even I know a number of people here in McCook that had but one child and they died, including a few suicides, children just deciding to give up on life and commit suicide. Again, putting the parent into a childless situation, and something they would regret, to say the least, but also that when they got older, there would be no one there to protect them. And that's part of what a child's job is to do, is when they grow up, is to protect their parents. And that's why we had 2 living children before we decided that's enough. We're going to stop, but we sure wanted at least 2 living children. And it has been a blessing ever since because of that, and the protection that if one died, you'd have one still alive. And I would add fuel to the fire that thinks that you're safe with just one child, with over 1 million illegals coming across the border bringing all kinds of diseases. They might be good people, a good share of them, but they're bringing diseases into the country that haven't been known for 50 or 100 years. And diseases that we've also never seen before in this country. And where they're unvaccinated, they are endangering us all, and especially our vulnerable children. So rest assured, I suggest strongly, the only option we seem to have is to produce more children. At least 2 children, I suggest. If you've got a better answer, I'd sure like to hear it. Thank you for your time.